Hello, can you hear me? Hi, Sarah, can you hear me?
Hi there, yes, I can.
Okay, perfect.
It may just be the two of us.
Have you heard anything from the dancers?
No, not yet, but I checked out their website and they are doing something, it seems similar, on another night in another town. So I'm sure that this is, because I also explained to my dance instructor what we were looking for. So I'm pretty sure that they would do this kind of thing, and it's just a matter of whether they do it on that day with us. And terrific. We have another participant. Why don't we wait a few minutes before we start our official meeting?
Sure.
Okay, you're going to be on the phone the whole time rather than visible?
For a few minutes.
Okay. Vanessa, are you going to be visible or just audio?
I can be on camera once we start, yeah.
Okay. We'll wait just one more minute to see if anyone else joins us, but I think it just will be us three, or we three. Okay, everybody, why don't we start, because we like to keep these short so you have an evening. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. It's 7:04. Hi there. I'm wondering if Ashley would join us too, because she is an official commissioner as well. So Vanessa, you're considered the public. So
Yeah.
you'll be listed as the public in the minutes as present. And at the beginning of any of these meetings, we always ask people from the public if they would like to say anything in particular before we even begin for a few minutes.
No, I've been getting the emails though, and I've been like looking at everything that you guys have been setting up, and it's looking really like good and interesting, and I'm excited to see the final event.
Okay, please turn up your sound a little bit. Your sound is very, very low, so turn it up just a notch so we can hear you better. Otherwise, I'll have to read the closed captioning. That means I have to put my glasses on. So this is where we stand at this point. We have, thank you, Teresa. We have a terrific musical group. Charlie Dury, who performed last year and was fabulous, now has a partner. And they both play guitars. Charlie's from Mexico, his partner is from Colombia, and they play music that is reflective of many different Latino cultures. So I have been working on, through a dance instructor that my husband and I personally used, I contacted her and she recommended somebody who could, while Charlie, and I'm afraid I can't remember his partner's name right now, maybe it's Charlie and Charlie, while they were singing music at the same time, they could say, well, this is a merengue, and then the instructor would then demonstrate the merengue, and one of us could be the guinea pig because his name is Raul, and unless he brings a dance partner, he's going to need a dance partner. So one of us could be the guinea pig, showing the demonstration of the dance so that we can encourage people in the audience to get up and try it. And they will have the wonderful background music. But at this point, the big thing is coordinating the song list and the countries they come from and the type of dances that are reflected with a dance instructor. And I've contacted a studio, I looked them up. It seems they do this kind of thing from their schedule online. And I'm hoping that they would be available and willing to work with us on the 22nd. Big question, Teresa, weigh in on this. How much money do you think we should spend? Because we're going to have to ask for money.
Yeah, I think last time we said for a dancer, wasn't like 200, 300.
I'm thinking $150 to $200.
Right, because it's only going to be like an hour and a half, right?
Right. And they're not going to be solo performing all the time. They'll be doing a little demonstration, and then they'll be dancing along with the music with the rest of us. And like I said, I hope people, and they will come in costume too, if you ask them to. They will come.
Oh, that's
awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's what they said online. I mean, they're doing this in Needham on Friday night, the 23rd. So I know that I get the sense that they do this kind of thing. Plus, I really do trust the instructor that I reached out to. We took lots of lessons from her at her studio, and they were always terrific. You know, her colleagues were always really good. And this is a different studio. It's called Salsa Caliente, so hot salsa.
So should we put like a deadline? If we don't hear, then we should reach out to somebody else?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Like,
I mean, if I don't hear from them like in the morning tomorrow, I will call yet again.
okay.
I left a pretty detailed message for them. And if, I really would like to know this by Wednesday so I can then go. I mean, there's other dance studios. It just happened this one was recommended to me, so I felt comfortable.
Yeah, no, I think if somebody knows them, that's the best bet, that somebody knows who they are.
And from looking at the website, it looks like Raul is quite the larger than life personality. He looks like he's a really joyous fellow, and that would be great because we have to have somebody who's going to really get people up But Charlie was fantastic last year. He got people really up. Everyone, even if they couldn't dance, they were
I
bopping
know.
around. They were really happy.
He did also. He has a great personality. So yeah, anybody
Yes.
like that, I think it's great.
I know because I took pictures and I couldn't stop photographing him. He was really very charismatic. See, that's the other thing. If I'm going to take pictures of things, I can only dance just so much. But at least this year I'm not on crutches, so I can dance. The other order of business here is the promotions. I've already sent the most basic calendar listings to the community calendar, the library calendar, and to Patch. Plus, I also listed this as an event on Patch. And I need to put together a flyer, obviously, and maybe Vanessa, you can help with this. And that is, Saratine. Oh, fantastic.
Sherry, we haven't sent anything to our Facebook group yet, right? To post like a save the date or anything like that.
I did already. I did that right away after the last meeting. I sent it
But
to
I
our
haven't
Facebook.
seen anything.
Well, I sent it to Facebook and I also sent it to Jen McDonald for our webpage. I sent it out right away. So,
Maybe, I don't know.
okay, I'll have to, I tell you the truth, I really, I don't look at the Facebook page.
Right.
So
Yeah, no.
I should check it
I
out,
haven't
but
seen anything. There's
but I did
nothing.
not-
The last thing they posted was in June.
yeah, I didn't, actually, you're right, because I did not get a confirmation from Danielle. I usually get a thank you. Okay, I'm gonna check with Danielle because I gave her the save the date. And you know what? I should have probably copied Eileen on it as well, because Eileen could have put it up there as well, right?
Right, yeah. I think they both have access.
That's right. They work together on that. Okay, I'll resend
Hi,
that.
everyone. Hi,
Hi,
everyone. Hi,
Sarita.
Sherry.
How are you?
Good to see those of you on. I just kind of wanted to add or piggyback. I apologize for entering the Zoom late, but I just wanted to add that I didn't see anything on social media. And if you guys produce some sort of a save the date, send it via email or let me know if I can share it. I'd love to share it with a lot of my network here in Wakefield and even the surrounding communities, in which a growing number of Latino leaders are now kind of starting to places where they're starting to call their home. So just let me know when you have a flyer or anything. The sooner the better. I think it's a little more than a week away, but
Yes,
Yeah.
we were a little bit late in getting started this year, and I actually have a save the date, a brief one, and I can send that to you immediately, and then I can fill in by Wednesday lots of other details, and I'm the one who puts together the flyer as well, and it ends up in the town kiosk and on the digital displays in town. The digital display at the library will put the flyer up as well. And I was going to ask Vanessa if she would be willing to take some flyers around town and bring like to Farmland and Cravings. They always allow us to post it. The UPS store always allows us to post. Those are busy places in town.
Yeah, I could definitely do that, and I could
Okay.
probably put some up around the school too.
Okay, now that's the other big thing. We really want to be able to do outreach to the students as well and get them to come, because maybe then they will bring their families with them as well. We do send information to the PTOs and the principals, so the principals can include them in their weekly announcements. So that's all part of our usual promotions. But we don't have social media other than Facebook. We are starting to build our own email list, except we don't have Instagram, we don't have a broadcast system, and part of that is that we're restricted in what we can use as a town body. But Sarah team, if you have a network, that is fantastic. I'll make sure right after this, I will send you and I better take down your email. My email is myname@gmail.com. If you could send me, I think I have your email from last year's
Yeah, because
International Women's, right?
yeah, and I actually received the email for this Zoom from you. So
Okay, then I do have it. I
you
will-
do, you
At
do.
the end of this meeting, I will send you the brief little save the date because I didn't have a lot of details at the time, but I had some.
Okay.
We're still trying to secure our dance instructors, and that's what I was hoping to have everything by Wednesday.
Is Veronica Robles coming this year?
No, this year we're focusing on strictly on Latin partner dances like salsa, bachata, merengue. I tried to get the Tango Society and they never responded. I thought that would be pretty spectacular having people tango.
Maybe
Okay.
next year.
Yeah, although Raul does tango, the dance instructor that I've contacted does tango. But like I said, if we zero in on, like I said, bachata, salsa, merengue, cha-cha, familiar to a lot of people, maybe mambo, those kind of dances, then I think we have to pick a few, and I will, the reason I need to talk to Charlie is I want to be able to coordinate him with our dance instructors so that they both know what we're looking for. But Sarah team, I think it's fantastic that you're going to be able to do the intro. How much has Teresa said to you about that?
She did send me information. Yeah. She sent me some information about it. So
Okay.
Yeah, I sent her the same thing, that blurb that I emailed.
Mhm. Okay, I have a lot of things like that because I have them from last year as well.
okay, so if you can also send me what you have, Sherry, it would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I think that if I just do the hello, the welcome, and then introduce you, and then you can more appropriately talk about the Hispanic community and cultures just for a few minutes, and then I'll just come back and say, and now, and I'll introduce our entertainment.
Okay,
And
perfect.
And we'll keep that pretty short because we want everything to be more music than talking. And yeah, in fact, one of the fun things I found out last year was that the United States is not considered a Hispanic nation, but we have the 5th largest Spanish-speaking population in the world, and yet we can't be called a Hispanic nation. Someday we might be.
Yep.
Who knows? So I will make sure. Well, everyone will get everything. Whatever I send out, I will send copies to you. Like I said, I've already put it on Patch, the library calendar, the community calendar, and I'm kind of disappointed it hasn't ended up on our Facebook page yet, but I'll reach out and see. I know Daniela had some personal issues that might have prevented her from doing it, our secretary. Okay, at this point then, question for next week. Last year, we decorated. We had flags. We had flags of all nations. I have asked the HRC and they have a meeting next week, to please be prepared to have a table, and it's their opportunity to sell "Hate Us, No Home Here" signs and put down information about who they are. Plus, they're going to have an Indigenous People event in October, November. And we also, last year we had lights. I have some lights that I can disconnect from my house that are solar, and I can bring them. They're like twinkly fairy lights. Most of my lights, it takes so much for me to put them up that I'm not taking them down. You know, they're wrapped around my fence line and my backyard. I have a lot of lights, but I will bring those lights. But does anyone else have Christmas? These are the ones I have are solar, but there is electrical power there. Does anyone have any that they could donate for the evening? So we can set it up and make it look very twinkly and fiesta-like.
I can look and see what I have for lights. I mean, I know I use some for Christmas. I can
Yeah.
figure out what I have. Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
still have the
actually-
flags and all that stuff from last year.
Okay, because so actually I'm looking at them in my dining room and I have this long strand of lights that I've never taken down since Christmas.
Mhm.
So I should bring those plug in.
Okay.
I'll bring those as well because it'd be really nice. It just adds a more festive air and as did the flags last year. This is starting at 6:30, but I'm planning on being there 5:30. And I'm assuming the musicians are gonna want an
Yeah,
hour
Charlie
to
said
set
he'll
up.
be there an hour early. So,
Okay, 5:30 setup.
yeah, so he'll be there. And I'll
Okay.
probably be there too, like,
Okay,
just to see if we need anything.
you can help me with these long strands of lights, making
Yep.
sure they look really good. And Vanessa, you as well, please come and help us set up. And Eileen will be there as well. Eileen Mooney is part of the committee, and she's the one who has our email list in its infancy, and she's going to be sending things out of her, just people who've come to other events, plus
Right.
people who were at the farmer's market a couple of weeks ago. We had
Oh,
them
okay.
sign up. Oh, yeah, we collected, I don't know, about 20 more names at the farmer's market.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we asked everyone who came by if they'd like information directly from us. Now, if we can only get permission to, to have a broadcast system, but with this, now, Vanessa, are you tied in with the student groups that have their own Instagram?
I'm a part of the youth council, so I could maybe
Oh,
help
yeah.
get like the word out there. And also I'm a student representative to the school committee, but I don't know like what the rules are for that. And because I think like for my job, it's more like telling people the upcoming events that the school is putting on. But I
Mhm.
don't know if you guys could like get in contact with them and like have them talk about like the events that you guys are holding. So I'm not sure how that would work, but I feel like they could also be like a good way to get the message out.
And you're so quiet, I missed who it was, other than the youth council, what was the other group?
The student representative for the school committee.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, Ashley would be a good contact for that because she's our commissioner appointed through the schools. So probably Ashley, but if you could, do you have access to the Instagram for the youth council? So you can just tell people that this event is coming up in town that you might be interested in going to?
I don't have access myself, but I know like other people that I could definitely reach out to. And
Okay,
they'd probably be very open to putting it out.
excellent, because now we have just about, a week, 10 days to really get the word out. And in some ways, short notice is good because people now know if they're going to be available or not. Sometimes when you give them even longer notice, it takes a long time to get an RSVP. I know from having parties. That I try to send things out in advance and I never hear from anyone until the last minute, if at all, because people don't understand. Okay, so we know what I will keep you informed about what's going on with the dance instructor. Once that's the other big piece, everything else is going to be easy. Charlie's bringing the lights, he's bringing the sound, he's the talent. And now we just have to get people in town to come to this. And anyone who came last year, I think would be excited to come again because it was such a terrific event last year. It was so much fun. Any other suggestions, things that we haven't talked about that we need to talk about?
No, I think if we can get the save the date, if you can
Okay.
resend it if I totally missed it,
Okay.
and then I'll share it too.
Now, obviously, I think at this point, we don't really need a whole committee meeting again. Just keep in touch with each other on progress.
Yeah, I
Okay?
think that's good.
Okay, because it's not like we're planning any more strategy, we're just sharing information, so
Yeah.
we're allowed to do that.
Okay.
Even with open meeting laws.
Okay.
Okay, and of course, we have a WHRC meeting next Tuesday, and I know Eileen already informed everybody that we're having this event and they should save the date and plan to be there. I hope they will and to talk it up. I have connections with a lot of other people in town, like through the library, and I will make sure that everybody, that all the music loving friends that I have know about this.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? I'd like to keep these meetings to like a half hour, so.
Yeah, no,
that's
I
pretty
think that
much
sounds
it.
great.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
and Saratine, I thank you so much. I mean, I hesitated to ask you to do more because you did so much last International Women's Day, but I'm so delighted you're going to be involved and helping us out.
Absolutely. Thanks for inviting me.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
happy I was
everyone.
available.
Well, everyone have a good evening.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Take
and
care.
make sure you
Bye.
stay in touch by email. Okay.
Okay, we
bye-bye.
will.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. Bye.